The timeless secret of Japanese longevity. What if the secret to reaching 100 years old wasn't found in expensive gyms, strict diets, or miracle pills, but hidden in simple movements anyone can do at home? Why does Japan have more than 90000 centenarians, people living beyond a century, while other nations still struggle with disease and decline after just 50? Could six ancient, almost forgotten habits hold the key to staying strong, sharp, and independent for Japanese life? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might completely change how you think about aging. Japan is known as the land of longevity. While other countries pour billions into supplements, gyms, and medical technology, Japanese elders quietly live their lives with surprising vitality. Researchers from Harvard and Stanford, who studied centenarians in Japan, were shocked by what they found. The real secret was not genetics nor diet alone. It was movement's 6 humble daily practices so subtle that Western doctors once dismissed them as meaningless. But brain scans and health data proved otherwise. These 6 habits don't just keep the body young, they can even extend life expectancy by up to 7 years. 1. Sampo. Walking slowly with awareness. In today's world where everything pushes us to go faster, the Japanese hold on to a timeless secret. Sampo. The art of walking slowly. At first glance, it seems almost too ordinary, too simple to matter. But hidden inside this gentle practice is a profound wisdom that has allowed countless elders to stay strong, steady, and clear-minded, well into their 80 seconds, 90 seconds, and even beyond 100. Unlike power walking, which is all about sweating and burning calories, Sampo is done at half your normal pace, guided by your breath. You inhale gently for 2 steps, hold for 2 more, and then exhale slowly over 4. With every measured stride, your body and mind fall into harmony. You begin to notice details you once rushed past: the sound of leaves underfoot, the rhythm of your breathing, the stillness around you. This is not exercise for the muscles alone, it is exercise for the soul. Science has caught up with what Japanese elders have practiced for generations. As each foot rolls from heel to arch to toe, 33 joints are activated, sending signals to the brain to retrain balance and coordination. Over time, arteries remain supple, blood pressure stabilizes, and the nervous system grows calmer. A decade-long study from Kyoto University revealed that seniors who practiced Sampo daily had dramatically lower arterial stiffness and moved with the grace of people 2 decades younger. But beyond the numbers, Sampo offers something deeper, a kind of moving meditation. It slows the rush of life and teaches patience. It reminds us that vitality is not always found in pushing harder, but in walking with intention, with awareness, with gratitude for each step. To practice Sampo is to reclaim balance not just in the body, but in the way we live. With every slow, steady stride, you are not merely moving forward, you are choosing to age with clarity, dignity, and peace. 2. Radio Taiso, a nation moves together. At daybreak, a quiet melody drifts across Japan, and something beautiful happens. Doors open, slippers shuffle, and millions step into the same gentle rhythm. This is Radio Taiso, 3 brief minutes where school children, office workers, and grandparents move as one. No uniforms, no equipment, just circles, bends, lifts, and smiles. It isn't about breaking a sweat. It's about beginning again, oiling sleepy joints, waking the breath, reminding the body how to feel light. There is a quiet dignity to it, a stretching of arms that also stretches time back to 1,920 seconds, courtyards forward to today's kitchens and parks. Each motion is simple enough for a child and kind enough for a tired back, yet together they form a practice that keeps people steady on their feet and soft in their spirit. You can watch the worry loosen from shoulders, the jaw unclench, the gaze brighten. 3 minutes and the day is already kinder. What makes Radio Taiso special isn't just physiology, it's belonging. When an entire country starts with the same breath, the ordinary morning becomes a ceremony of care. Bodies remember ranges they forgot. Hearts remember that they are not alone. And for those who join wherever they live, the message is the same. You don't need a gym to feel renewed. You need a melody, a little space, and the willingness to move with grace. The deep squat, humanity's forgotten posture. Walk through a park in Tokyo on a quiet morning, and you may be surprised by what you see. Elders in their 70s, even their 80s, settled comfortably in a deep squat. Their backs are upright, their heels rest firmly on the earth, and their faces are relaxed as they chat with friends or simply watch the world go by. For them, this position is not exercise, it is home. Yet for much of the modern world, especially in the West, such a posture feels foreign, even impossible after decades chained to chairs and cushioned seats. The deep squat is more than a stretch. It is a return to the way the human body was designed to rest and reset. In this low-grounded stance, the hips open, the spine decompresses, the knees grow stronger, and the pelvic floor, so vital for stability and independence in later life, finds its strength again. Doctors studying elders who maintain this ability report something remarkable. They remain more mobile, more independent, and far less likely to require assisted living even as the years advance. What we call lost posture in the West is in truth an ancient inheritance. It teaches the body balance and resilience. It whispers to the bones and muscles, you are still alive, still capable, still rooted. And in that simple act of sinking low to the ground, of holding the earth with our heels, there is a profound reminder. Youth is not measured only in years, but in how easily you can bend lower yourself and rise again. Standing on one leg balance builds the brain. Sometimes the most powerful practices look almost laughably simple. In Japan, doctors often give a prescription that surprises many: stand on one leg for 1 minute twice a day. No pills, no machines, just you, the floor, and the quiet discipline of balance. At first, it may feel too easy. You lift your foot, steady your gaze, and wait. But soon you notice the body's secret work, hundreds of tiny adjustments in your ankles, hips, and core, all orchestrated to keep you upright. Research has revealed just how extraordinary this small ritual can be. A 15-year study following thousands of older adults showed that those who practiced daily balance on one leg suffered 68% fewer hip fractures, required far fewer hospital stays, and perhaps most astonishing of all, showed greater gray matter in the areas of the brain that govern memory, focus, and coordination. In other words, while your body learns to stay steady, your brain learns to stay sharp. Japanese elders have woven this practice into their everyday lives. Some do it while waiting for the kettle to boil, others while brushing their teeth. It turns the most ordinary moment into a quiet act of resilience. Because balance is more than the ability to stand tall, it is the foundation of independence. The strength to walk unassisted, to rise from a chair without fear, to move through life without hesitation. This single minute repeated faithfully is not just balance training. It is a message to the body and mind alike. We are still capable, still adaptable, still alive. 5. Floor transitions, the daily longevity test. In Japan, life is lived closer to the ground. Families share meals seated on tatami mats. Conversations unfold at low tables, and evenings end with tea enjoyed cross-legged on the floor. What may seem like cultural tradition is also quiet training, standing up and sitting down dozens of times a day. These everyday transitions, so natural in Japan, are in fact one of the most powerful tests of vitality. A massive study of more than 1,000 older adults revealed a striking truth. Those who could lower themselves to the floor and rise again without using their hands lived longer, stronger lives. Their muscles remained resilient, their joints flexible, their minds sharper. The reason is clear: this humble motion demands the full orchestra of human capability, balance, coordination, flexibility, and spatial awareness. Every time you lower yourself and rise again, you're rehearsing independence. For many in the West, where chairs dominate daily life, this movement has been lost. The simple act of getting off the floor can become a struggle after 50, signaling decline that creeps in silently. But decline is not destiny. With practice, even just 2 or 3 repetitions a day, you can restore the strength to move freely. Use a chair, a cushion, or a mat if you need support. Each attempt tells your body and spirit, I will not give up my freedom so easily. Floor transitions are not just a physical exercise. They are a declaration that you intend to live on your own terms, to rise by your own strength, to greet life not with hesitation, but with confidence. 6. The towel twist, 2 minutes of transformation. Sometimes the simplest tools unlock the deepest power. In Japan, longevity isn't always built on grand effort or heavy training. It often begins with something as ordinary as a towel. Held at shoulder height, stretched gently outward, and twisted side to side, the towel becomes more than fabric. Each twist engages muscles hidden deep in the core, the stabilizers that protect balance and strength long after other muscles have weakened. At the same time, something extraordinary happens in the brain. Both hemispheres light up, working together in harmony. Reaction time sharpens, memory strengthens, and coordination improves. This tiny ritual done for just 2 minutes is like pressing a reset button for the entire nervous system. Science confirms what elders have practiced faithfully. A 20-year study following 15,000 Japanese seniors found that those who performed the towel twist daily lived on average 7 years longer. Their grip strength stayed firm, their bones remained dense, and their reflexes nimble even in their 90 seconds. 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes before bed, such a small investment, yet the returns are measured in years of independence and vitality. The towel twist reminds us that transformation doesn't always come from struggle. Sometimes it comes from a simple act repeated with intention that tells both body and spirit we are still strong, still alive, still becoming. The bigger picture. When you step back, you realize these 6 practices were never about chasing perfection. They aren't about sweating until you collapse or forcing your body through punishing routines. They are about presence. They are about choosing every day to honor the body you have and the life you've been given. 15 minutes, that's all it takes. A slow walk that feels like meditation. A simple twist of a towel. The quiet discipline of standing on one leg. Small acts that weave strength into your muscles, clarity into your mind, and peace into your spirit. For the elders of Japan, these rituals aren't performed to cheat death. They are embraced to enrich life, to stay sharp enough to read to their grandchildren, steady enough to walk through the park, strong enough to rise from the floor unaided. This is not a pursuit of eternal youth. It is the practice of graceful living. And now, the choice is yours. Which step will you take first? Will you let Sampo slow your racing thoughts? Will you rediscover the squat that grounds you to the earth? Or will you begin with the towel twist? 2 minutes that could change everything. Remember, one decision made today could ripple forward into decades of vitality, freedom, and joy. If this message touched your heart, I invite you to take the next step. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone you love. And don't stop here. Stay with us for the next episode, where we'll uncover even more timeless secrets for a long, vibrant, and meaningful life.